Okay, when last we left our idiot hero, he, I was worried so much about, one problem, I created another. So, go me. I worried so much about, well, let me just keep drawing. Why waste time yakking? Unless I'm actually drawing. But, yeah. Last time I was running out of juice with the iPhone, and I noticed that a warning came up on screen that only like 5% left or whatever in the battery, and of course my first thought was, geez, does that show up on screen in the actual movie? The actual recording? And I'm thinking, oh man, I was going to be really upset if that was the case. But it wasn't. But I was worrying about it so much, I started moving the pad down and basically moved it out of the viewing path of the iPhone. Thus, you were the last couple minutes of the last one. You were watching not much, except my hand. Which, hey, it's fascinating, watching the hand, but actually, no, not that much. It's really not that fascinating. Anyway, so this one, the prompt for today, day is it? Day 5. Of course, I guess looking at the date would help. But, yeah, day 5, we've got Blade. So I thought, I don't know what my thought process was, but it ended up being this little warrior. But one tough little warrior with a big blade. So that is what I set out to do. A little guy with a big blade. And once in a while, I'll have to double check to make sure that I'm staying where you can see. Because as fascinating as my commentary is, if you can't see what I'm drawing, there really is no point. So, But, yeah. So, yeah, usually when I'm doing these things, as maybe you noticed by now, after watching a few of these, if anyone's actually watching these, that I usually start with the face and then go from there. And since I start from the face, I usually tend to zoom in and then work outward from there. I'm using this brush pen, which, does a decent job. Can't really complain. I could, but yeah, it does a pretty good job. Sometimes it's a matter of getting used to a certain brush. And this certainly gives enough variation in the line, so that's good enough, especially for what I'm doing here. Yeah, I was utilizing this the Procreate, the iPad Pro, on jobs. On-site jobs. The on-site jobs, they're fine. And I have to tell you a funny story. I won't say who the agency was. Nice folks and all that stuff, but I don't want to give away. And actually, it was, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago, more than that. It was February, I think, January and February of 2019. So actually, it was a long time ago, but it was just amusing in a way, because I hadn't done a lot of on-site stuff. I wanted to make sure that I had an appropriate setup for going on site. So I came up with I had done a lot of advanced looks into the best possible setup for on-site, because there's a lot of different ways to go. Anyway, so I came up with this setup, whatever, and I was doing it, and it was fine, and well, this was all also around the time I got the cancer diagnosis. So really fun time, great time. But so I'm going to this one on-site job, and they're nice folks and all that. They had this big pitch coming up, and so I got briefed on what it was and all that stuff, and lo and behold, it was some kind of a cancer drug. So and in fact, having already gotten my diagnosis, which was mantle cell lymphoma, which I had never heard of. Then again, I don't do a lot of cancer homework. I'm not up on the latest cancers. Don't know. It's new to me. It's all new to me. So, having had that diagnosis, I'm at the on-site job, and the head guy's briefing me on some of the stuff, what the drug does and all that stuff, and he's given me a lot of these details about cancer, which the average person would not know, if they don't have cancer. And, I certainly wasn't going to say, hey, newsflash, I've got cancer, buddy. I wasn't going to say that because it is a job and all that stuff, and it's not really pertinent to, their battle plan. So, I don't say anything, but, as he's telling me all this stuff, I'm kind of like, I could have said right there and then, I go, I already knew about all this. I probably could have told him a lot more than he was telling me. When it came to all this stuff, but so I found that ironic that my first big trip on-site job was for a cancer drug job. Never had one before. Then again, I never had cancer before, so I guess everything equals out. Anyway, so every time I was in there, they're doing a bunch of illustrations and all this stuff, and one guy was he was saying, because there's a lot of interesting things you find out, in these scenarios, and as he's telling me about this one concept I need to draw, he goes, yeah, did you know that some tumors can actually grow teeth? And I think, no, I did not know that. That is wild and wacky stuff. And no, I did not know that. And frankly, of all the things that I did know and didn't know about cancer at that particular moment in time, I probably didn't need to know that. I'm kind of like, oh, come on, man, in my head. Because, again, there's no way he could know. And, so. But, I look back on it now, and it's amusing. And actually it is. It actually is amusing because, again, he couldn't know. And then, what was the other time? Then I think, I don't know, maybe like the third time I was over there for the third phase of the job, I had to, they needed me to do some type for one concept. And because I think I did something with type treatment, and I think that either that gave them the idea to do this or whatever, but so the one guy, he comes up and he's going to brief me on this next thing with the type, and they wanted to kind of have like a stacked type, kind of a 3D looking type, and a little depth, little dimension to it, which that's cool, and I was going to take notes, and he goes, okay, so they need the type, stacked, and I'm ready to write down. He goes, and what it says is, the big headline is, how to stay ahead of mantle cell lymphoma. Well, I laughed, which, probably not the best thing to do, but I couldn't help myself because, that's what I had. And again, I didn't say anything. It's just like, hey, I said, hey, I'm familiar. And I just, what are the odds? Seriously. Because, mantle cell lymphoma, which, to the best of my knowledge, or what I'd been told, was not really one of the big ones, or really not really one of the better known cancers. And then, here they go basing an ad campaign or, one of the things around it. And so I thought that was amusing. In a bizarre, sad way. But I gotta stay on top of mantle cell lymphoma, kids. So I thought that was interesting. Very, very interesting. But, and now it's like, I don't see, I guess it's possible we'll have some on-site jobs in the future. I don't necessarily think I'll be doing them. I mean, I it's like I don't really think, I'm not really sure that the on-site stuff, I'm not sure if that really reaps too many benefits for the client. I guess maybe they figure that's how they can, keep the illustrator there, or maybe having them on site allows them to, I don't know, look over their shoulder or feel like they're accomplishing something better, having, I don't know. I can't figure it. I'm sure they have their reasons, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a mystery to me, because I know, I mean, the mobile setup works okay, but in any case, in any situation, just letting us work from home, from the studio, from home base, maybe some guys, like to do, on-site stuff, but I don't know. With me, it's all, I mean, hey, whatever the client wants, that's fine. Again, they've got their reasons, but I know that I'm just all about efficiency and getting the job done in a timely fashion and to the best of my ability. So, what have you. But there are times I don't know if that really works to anyone's advantage, because the illustrator is not really part of a meeting, or not in the meetings, and so I don't know. Maybe they think it's cheaper. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, look at me. I've kept in the zone. I even wrote myself a note to, keep the artwork in the zone. In the field of vision of the. I think this works out pretty well. Pretty well. the little guy with the big blade. You might say, hey, what's that guy's name? I have no idea. I mean, yes, of course I know, I just can't say. Copyright me. Almost didn't see that. All right. That's just about it. Oh, this has been one of my longer videos. Heavens forfend. Well, I hope my little tale or tales have entertained you. So that's it for this one. Number 5.